I'm Hannah Klewpatinond. I own HK Hair and Wellness. So it is a hair, beauty and wellness space based at Further Manor Farm, so near Old Stratford, Cosgrove, sort of about 50 minutes north of here. I have been a salon owner for nearly 14 years. I came into the industry in my late 20s, so I did my apprenticeship as a mature student. I did my level 2 within a salon space in an in-house training program, and I did my level 3 at Milton Keynes College quite some time ago. And then I've owned a salon in various forms, say for 14 years. I've had a period of time where I had a salon at Shenley Wood for 6 years. With a team of 12. We downsized for a period of time, and I had a salon space at home. And we are passionately completely sustainable in that we recycle 95% of what comes into salon. So packaging, hair that we cut off, foil that we use, everything is recycled, but 95%. There is some things that we just can't simply recycle. We are completely accessible and wheelchair friendly throughout. For all services. So even our shampoo basins, we have 2 that are electric reclining massage function ones, and I have one that has a detachable chair from it. So if someone comes in, we have a number of clients that come in independently in their electric wheelchairs, and we can do their entire service without them needing to transfer. And also, we don't have to say that we can't shampoo their hair, because we can do all colour services as well, and the same within our beauty department. And we're completely inclusive, so we are all hairdressing wise, the hairdressing team are all trained in all hair types, and to be specific, textured hair, curly hair, afro hair. We do all genders, so we're all barber trained as well as doing long hair. We also are able to offer one-on-one appointments. So we use one of our beauty rooms that we sort of spin around and transform quite quickly for those clients that wear a hijab. So they're not able to remove their scarf within an open salon environment. And it might be that we only have females in the salon, but as you saw, we've got a lot of glass. I've got a farmer that lives on site, and it wouldn't be appropriate for those individuals from a faith point of view for them to remove their headscarf for the risk of a gentleman walking in, or a cis male walking in the salon space. We also use those one-on-one spaces for clients going through transition. So that are particularly our trans clients. It might be also we've got clients that are maybe going through chemotherapy. So I'm trained for I have scalp health training as well as wig cutting. So those people that are perhaps particularly starting their chemotherapy journey, we then support them with potentially cutting off their own hair, but then bespoke cutting wigs as well. So we have one-on-one treatment rooms specifically for that. It's difficult in our industry because I'm not prepared. I'm not going to stand up here and say we don't use any peroxide, because actually our colour work would be naff. And we don't use gel nails, because I stand here with gel nails on. What I do say though is we pick, because as an industry we're not in a good position to be doing that at the moment. There just aren't those products around. What we do say though is we make really the best choices available without compromising the professionalism of the service that we offer. So we use a gel brand that might have slightly less options in terms of colour choices, because and that's the most sustainable option for that. Some of the other colour, so we have one that only has one black option. That seems ridiculous, but a lot of gel brands have 8 different black tones, because actually those other tones have more nasties in than the one that we're picking. In terms of hair colour brand, we use a brand called Montebello. I was a Weller salon for about 12 years, but we use a brand called Montebello. We've used it for about 18 months. It's a Spanish-based brand. Our quasi colours actually don't use a peroxide. They use an aqua-based gel as the developer. So that's a massive shift in terms of products going down the sink when we're washing off products. So it's making different choices, and I just simply don't buy in products for retail or otherwise that are covered in single-use plastic. and we then feed that back to the company that are trying to sell me it as well. We do use compostable towels. So as Maz was saying, yes, absolutely, environmentally, it takes a lot less energy to produce the towels and then dispose of them. The ones we use, even if they went into landfill, if they just went like to the dump, it takes only 5 weeks for them to completely disintegrate. And there's no sort of residue left. There are some single-use towels that will look a bit shiny, and they've got plastic particles in them. They're not more environmentally friendly. They are the slightly cheaper ones though. And then coffee pods. We don't use coffee beans in the salon in our coffee machine, because I can't employ somebody to just do the coffee machine all the time. But we use an espresso machine, and the pods that I buy that go in, the pods themselves can go in the compost, so they go in the green bin. Because I'm based on a farm, I've got other options in terms of where our hair waste goes. So when hair breaks down, and whether it goes to landfill or not, it releases nitrates. It's really good for the soil. So, and also because it's human hair, it can be a deterrent for some animals. So some animals don't like the smell of it because they think humans are around. So the farm that I'm based on, we've got a little bit of a project in one area at the moment. They had a bit of a rabbit problem. Rabbits were burrowing and actually cutting through some of the cables for some of the farming equipment. So we're using some of our human hair at the moment around some flower beds to see if that deters the rabbits, because they will smell hair, and also use for fertilizer. And it also means that our hair isn't travelling off site, and it's a cost saving ultimately as a business as well. LED lighting, which Maz has covered. We've got an automatic light in our staff room, which is hilarious because you sit there for a while, or I walk in and it's dark and there's 3 people sat there because no one's moved to wave their hands, and various energy saving equipment, but making just good choices as you purchase equipment. There is a perception that to be sustainable, it costs more. I can confidently say that's not the case. I save on my water bills, I save on my electric bills. One of the reasons of moving to the space at Furtho was actually the space of the bins. So these are 2 of my shampoo basins. That's our foil bin, that's our hair bin, and my general waste bin is about that big. And actually, from a marketing point of view, it's really good because I have a bin where I have about 3 clients can see this bin that says 0 hair goes to landfill. Without fail, every new client that sits on that chair says, "Where does it go then?" Because they think, "What the hell is going on with their hair?" And that starts a conversation. And I know from a business point of view, attracting new clients, we attract new clients specifically because of how sustainable we are, and they stay with us because of it as well.